Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and today we'll be covering mages, and I'm excited. I'm going as blind. I haven't even got to take a look at what they have. I know that Arcane is getting some changes in terms of mastery, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what they have for Fire, for Frost, and definitely for Arcane. Let's check out the mages. And I don't play mage, so I'm gonna try to sound as educated as I can in terms of mages. I was gonna pick a mage over a hunter when boosting my first level 100, but I decided to go with a hunter, and so far having fun with that. Mages of the Arcane are diviners of secrets, balancing the ebb and flow of incredible magic energies. Exciting. Arcane Blast, staying the same, 5% mana, blast target with energy, dealing moderate arcane damage and generating arcane charges. So arcane charges are still going to be a thing, but they're going to be a bit more controlled. Arcane Blast damage is increased by 50% per arcane charge, and its mana cost is increased by 100 per arcane charge. Arcane Missile, same thing. Launches 5 waves of arcane missiles at an enemy over 2 seconds, causing minor arcane damage per wave. Generates arcane charge. Missiles damage is increased 50% per arcane charge. Arcane missiles have a chance to be activated after each of your damaged spells, limit 3 charges, so basically same deal. Arcane Barrage, I believe is the same thing. Yep, it has a cleave mechanic. One additional limit per, yeah, so that's also the same 3 second cooldown. Consumes all arcane charges. Evocation is going to be a thing. Gain 25% of your total mana instantly, and another 75 over 6 seconds, so you basically gain 100 mana over 6 seconds with Evo. Mastery Savant is what they were doing as a new deal for Arcane as a replacement for their Mastery. Increases your mana regeneration rate and maximum mana by 20% with Mastery from typical gear. Arcane charges increase the damage of effective spells by additional 10% with Mastery per gear. So it seems like stacking Mastery is going to be the way to go for Arcane Mages. So the mana regen and overall mana is going to be higher, so they can get more spells, and their damage with Arcane charges is going to be increased. I feel like it's better for PvP altogether, just because they can have a little bit more controlled damage with arcane charges, so they can line up burst a lot more often rather than increase damage of all spells as long as you have maximum mana. Because let's say you're just going about and spell stealing a lot of buffs off of the enemy, you're not set to your mana to be able to deal more damage, but you set to arcane charges, which makes it a little bit better, as well as for PvE, of course. Displacement is a cooldown, instant 1.5 second cooldown for the next 4 seconds. Casting Blink will no longer trigger its cooldown. So you can blink around the map. That's actually kind of neat. I like it. Additional, to give you an idea of how some talents might affect this build, try this on for size. Quickening, passive. Arcane Blast and Arcane Missiles also grant 2% haste for 6 seconds. Stacking. This effect is cleared up when you cast Arcane Barrage. Interesting. So I wonder just how much, so you can basically get through your mana much quicker, and I wonder just how much haste you can get. I don't know if that'll be good for PvP. It might be, because all you're really doing is casting a lot of spells, but we'll see. So far Arcane is looking solid, and it's going to be less mana reliant, so they're making the spec fun. This is going to be more fun, so you don't need to be all nitpicky with it. Okay, Arcane is doing good. Now Fire, what a lot of people are finding a lot of fun in Draenor. These mages take pride, even pleasure, in igniting their enemies in wild bursts of flame. They really got this class on right. This better be good. Fireball, same deal. Throw a fiery ball that causes fire damage. Hot Streak, passive, get into direct damage. Critical hits will allow you next Pyroblast or Flame Strike and instant cast, and cause double the normal ignite damage. Okay, so it doesn't mean it's crit, but it says double the normal ignite, and also adds a Flame Strike, so it can do AoE. Developer comment: you may not start a new streak, aka gain heating up, while hot streak is already active. It was never our intention for players to sit on a hot streak active, then keep fishing for another heating up before throwing instant pyro out. In general, we don't like the game telling you to press the button when you shouldn't. Alright, okay, interesting. So they basically cleaned up the whole hot streak, as far as I understand. I'm not exactly going, I'm pretty sure fire mages will know what's up, PvE or PvP. I'm just thinking they clean it up a bit here and there. Inferno Blast. Instant 12-second recharge, 2 charges. Blast enemy for moderate fire damage. This damage is always critical strike. Inferno Blast is not on a global cooldown and can be cast during other spells. So you can add Inferno Blast with 2 charges now to make sure you get the double crit, to make sure you get the Pyroblast off. And can be cast within spells, so that's interesting. So I'm thinking that's what they did with clean up hot streak, but make Infernal Blast something that can be put within the spell, so you don't have to like hold off on spells, so you can keep casting away. Pyroblast, 5% mana, 40-yard range. Hurl an immense fire boulder. Okay, so Pyroblast staying the same. Combustion, instant 2-minute cooldown. Engulf yourself in flames, increasing your critical strike chance by 100% for 10 seconds. Grant mastery equal to critical strike stat. That's awesome. You engulf. Oh, your critical strike is 100% chance crits. Just bam, bam, crits for 10 seconds. That's awesome. And your mastery is equal to critical strike, so you're gonna stack crit as an arcane fire mage. I said every spec but fire. Wow. You set yourself on fire. That's awesome. That just tells me fire mage. I'm excited. Ignite your target bursts for additional 30% damage with from mastery gear over 9 seconds of direct damage. Every 2 seconds, ignite and spread to other nearby enemies. So when you're attacking one person, your ignites can spread around. So that's awesome. So they made it AoE much easier. So okay, Ignite get cleaned up, Hostage get cleaned up. They gave them awesome spell Combustion, changed it up, so instead of combusting an enemy, you just set yourself on blaze and 100% crits. That's insane. Additionally, give an idea of how some of the talents and might build up on this. Cinderstorm, 8-second cooldown, 1.5-second cast. Throw a spread of 6 cinders that travel in an arc, and each deal minor fire damage to enemies they hit. Now, I don't know, how would that work out? Whoa, how would you use this? I want to see this. I just don't know how that would work out. That's the first talent that's like, I'm not sure what would that do. Maybe a fire mage here will be able to tell me a thing or two. Now we're going over to Frost, the last one, and I like Pandaren lands, the snowy. I like that. It's credit for Blizzard for that. Mages who command Frost perform chilling displays on the battlefield, rendering foes immobile. Let's see if they got anything new. Maybe they're basically the same, because they were still pretty good. Maybe not for PvP, they were pretty boring, because all you do is poly, stun poly. I digress. Frostbolt launches a bolt of frost enemy, causing moderate frost damage, slowing enemies. Same deal. Frozen Orb, 1 minute cooldown, launches an orb of swirling eyes, dealing minor frost damage over 1 second to nearby enemies. Grants Mage 1 charge of Finger Frost, and when it reaches its target, target's damage with Frost Orb are slowed by 30%. Same deal. Ice Lance, instant quick fling of a shard of ice at the target, dealing minor frost damage. Ice Lance damage is doubled against frozen targets. Brain Freeze passive, your Frostbolts have a 10% chance to reset the cooldown of Frozen Orb. Your Frostbolts. Brain Freeze passive, so your Frostbolts, you could use Frostbolt, Frozen Orb. Wow, that's actually kind of cool. So you have a chance to get Frozen Orbs, just bowling balls left and right in the battlefield. That's kind of cool. Fingers of Frost passive, your successful Frostbolt hits have a 50% chance, and your Blizzard and Frozen Orb takes a 5% chance to grant you Fingers of Frost. Fingers of Frost cause your next Ice Lance to act as if your target were frozen and deal 140% increased damage. So basically same thing for Fingers of Frost. Shatter passive multiplies the critical chance of your spells against frozen targets by 1.5 and adds an additional 50% chance. So Shatter pretty much gives you better chance to get a crit on your target. So it doesn't increase damage, just better chance to get a crit. Okay, interesting. So you don't need to stack crit, basically is what they're saying. So you would probably go with Mastery or Haste. Mastery, which is what we're going to be covering. When you damage enemies with a Frostbolt, 45% damage, 45% of the damage done is stored in an icicle, so icicles are staying the same. Increase the damage of water elemental deals by 45%. Up to 5 icicles can be stored. Excessive icicles that are generated will be automatically launched. Casting Ice Lance causes any icicles to begin launching. Okay, so basically it's stuck with the same way, but then it changed up the way you deal damage. You no longer have Frost Fireballs that you can cast, so it's all between Frostbolts and Ice Lances, and then Frozen Orb if you do get a reset on it. Interesting mechanic. I think that got simplified actually than anything. And additionally, to give you an idea of some of the talents that might build up on this, we have Glacial Spike, 1 mana cooldown, 3-second cast time. I'm liking the 3-second cast time. Conjure massive spike of ice. Immerse your current icicles into it. Impales your target, dealing massive damage plus damage stored in your icicles. Requires 5 icicles to cast. Also freezes the target in place up to 4 seconds. Damage caused may interrupt the effect. Passive, Ice Lance no longer launches icicles. Interesting, so you can stack up icicles, root your target, Glacial Spike, 3-second cooldown, throw it at an enemy, right? Massive amounts of damage when you have them slowed down. Interesting. So basically Frost stayed the same, but they're giving it a bit more flavor like Glacial Spike, and they're changing up its cooldown of rotation, where you literally just cast 2 buttons, it seems like, besides Frozen Orb having a chance to be reset. My question is just how much damage is Frozen Orb and Frostbolts and Ice Ants are gonna be. But it's interesting so far. They could maybe build up on this, but it seems like Fire and Arcane definitely got some really cool rework, and Frost just got messed around a bit with. Now, I don't play mages, but if you do play a mage, let me know how you feel about this. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm having fun doing this and learning more about the classes that I'm going to be dueling and fighting. So, as a rogue, I gotta get some knowledge here and there. So, I'm just taking notes right here just to be able to beat all of you guys in duels in the future. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Dalrin. Hopefully you enjoyed all the mage changes. Let me know which ones you like the most. And I'll see you guys in the next video.